If you are drooling over six-packs, there is something else that can be achieved easily, looking aesthetically attractive and providing tremendous posture and back benefits. Yes, you guessed it right. We are talking about a ripped back. And guess what? Unlike your abs or calves, anybody can achieve an attractively ripped back without the interference of bad genetics. In today's video, we are going to talk about how you can quickly develop and shred your back muscles. Take off our shirt and flaunt that popping rhomboids and traps. The foremost thing you need to do to achieve that is to add thickness and size to your upper, middle, and lower back, and you can achieve with lifting heavy weights. Now here is what you're doing wrong. You're probably concentrating a lot on exercises like skydivers and RS reverse flies. They are definitely good, but they don't add thickness to your back. For this reason, consider performing heavy deadlifts, especially the Romanian deadlifts, where you use your hamstrings and back muscles more as compared to the regular deadlift version. It is critical to lay out the fact that once you achieve a good form, you can play around with heavier weights and more reps. Quite often, a heavy weight requires you to use straps to support your back muscles. You can also wear a belt for support, especially after warming up. Now, if you experience back pain with deadlifts, you are probably doing it wrong. You shouldn't be lifting with your lower back, but rather it is a hip hinging movement. You need to pull your hips back in order to lower the weight and push your hips forward, more of a hinging motion to lift the weight back up. The proper technique is to lower the bar halfway down your shins before lifting the weight back up, since this move allows you to isometrically load your back with a heavier weight. As compared to barbell rows pull-ups, deadlifts are one of the best exercises to get a ripped back. Once you are done with 3 to 4 heavy sets of deadlifts, add in exercises such as pull-ups, which gives your back a wider appearance. You can perform pull-ups without any assistance. You can also gradually move towards weight pull-ups, thereby slowly increasing the weight over time. Now let's take a look at another amazing exercise to stabilize your back muscles. Yes, we are talking about one-arm dumbbell row. Pull it to your belly button or to your chest with your elbow out to your side. Similarly, your back can be strengthened and toned by preforming the lat pull-down that helps you develop your lats. Pull the bar down to your upper chest. Remember not to use your rotator cuffs to pull further. Now that was a lot about exercises. Here is some more to getting a ripped back. Apart from exercises, you need to lower your body fat percentage, without which the bulky back muscles won't show up and would rather be undermined because of fatty layers. Since we are talking about your back muscles, remember you cannot spot reduce the back fat, even if you do tons of cardio. But you can leverage this out by managing your diet, most likely by opting for a calorie deficit plan. Now when we talk about a calorie deficit plan and lifting heavy weights, it might get a little difficult, for which we suggest 2 phases of plan. In the first phase, you eat regularly or in surplus. This will provide your body the energy or the raw fuel to build muscle and increase strength. Once you achieve that, you can cut the calories for about 4 to 6 weeks. During this time, you don't need to worry about increasing the weight you are lifting. Instead, focus on maintaining your strength to lift the weight you were lifting before. This will help you achieve your desired goals. Now, when we talk about shedding fats, there are several options available. But first, let's talk about one of our favorites, fasting. You can eat 2 meals or maybe 1. Sounds difficult? Then opt for intermittent fasting with a window of 8 hours of eating. So you practically fast for 16 hours. Your main aim would be to consume more protein during this eating window, 73 grams per pound of your body weight. Now, if you are having 2 meals, it might let you go overboard in a caloric surplus. For this reason, track your calories for the 2 weeks to see how your daily totals impact your meals. You can use apps like FitnessPal or Carbon app to track the calories. If you are eating the same food, it would be rather easier to keep a track as compared to the variety you ingest. Tracking will help you see the macronutrients you consume and the fat you need to burn. Some good sources of protein can be chicken, salmon, turkey, and eggs. You can also play around the calories and macros you consume. For instance, after consuming good proteins, you can consume the remaining calories by switching between fats and carbs options. Or if you prefer naturally sweet foods like fruits over fatty foods, you can incline towards berries, apples, and watermelon. Foods high in fiber are also good when we talk about modifying the diet to lose fat. These include options like brown rice or sweet potatoes. Just make sure you remain in a calorie deficit state. Now here is something really interesting that you would want to hear. While your belly fat is the last to go, your back fat is not the same. So, by this method that we have been discussing, you are bound to see a great difference on your back. You might not lose back fat as fast as your face or hands, but it is definitely quicker than the stubborn belly fat or love handles. We bet you will achieve your desired back in 6 weeks. If you don't get to the point that you have dreamt it, you can repeat the entire recommended process again. After a month and a half, perform another 6-week-long cut. If you want to cut back fat, you will have to be consistent. It won't take long as you would want to achieve abs, but a target of under 18% body fat is essential for a nice back. Getting excited, right? You can also switch between exercise like low rows and selector riser pulls. One thing you need to remember, however, is that the best exercises are the ones that require the least amount of equipment. These include deadlifts, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, pull-ups, and pull-downs. You can build your back muscles and then strip away the fat. In this process, you will also get wonderful muscles all over the body. We are sure you're already devising a plan to achieve that ripped back and a dream body. Remember, consistency is the key. Modify your diet, burn fat, track your calories, and you are good to go. If you like this video, share it with your friends and stay tuned for something interesting coming up.